Hey guys, so I'm pretty excited about trying this new product that I have here today, and this is this Flextail mosquito repellent. And the thing about this one is that this is a USB rechargeable unit. It doesn't use the feel like the Thermacell does, and it comes with this pack of mosquito repellent mats. You can use this brand, or you could use the Thermacell brand, whichever one you prefer. So it comes in these packs. All right, so these are the sizes. This is the size of this Flextail one, and I have an old used Thermacell one that we could compare the size and shape. So it's pretty close. You could probably use the Thermacell one if you want to trim it down a little bit. You might even be able to just cut it in half and use two of these Thermacell ones. And then I'll show you the advantage of using two. Well, cut this in half and use two halves. Is that this is a double-sided repellent. Let's take a look at what it looks like. All right, so that's pretty nice. It comes in a pretty rugged container. It comes with this strap, USB cable. I'm sure you have a million of those. But let's put on the strap. All right, so it's double-sided. There's you could put a mat here and a mat on this side, or you could just use one side. It's up to you. And it's a USB rechargeable. There's the USB-C port. And I already charged this up, so this is ready to go. So let's give it a shot. All right, so let's open up one of these packets. Okay, it looks pretty thick, and it should slide right in there. And you could use one or you could use two. And let me compare that to the old Thermacell one. Okay, so here's the Thermacell pad. It looks like you should be able to just cut it in half and use two. Let's try that. All right, this is a used one already, so yeah. Let me see if I just trim it down a little bit more. Cut down. You just need to trim, I think, just a little bit off that, and you should be able to put in the two. Okay, so it looks like you could buy one Thermacell pad and just cut it in half, or you could use the Flextail one. Okay, so they're basically use the same ingredients, so it should be compatible, no problem. I'm going to take out the Thermacell pad just so that we could fire this thing up and just to see how it heats on this side while it's cooking that side. So according to the directions, there's two modes. There's a camp mode and an outdoor mode. The outdoor mode is a little bit more higher powered, and then there's the camp mode, which is a little bit lower powered, so you could conserve energy. So you just switch it on by powering it up, leaving your finger on, and the green means it's on camp mode, so that's the more efficient one. You want to turn it to the more powerful mode, you push it again and it's the red. So let's see how this thing heats up. Yeah, I could hear it sizzling or something, so it's definitely heating up. The direction says it takes around 10 minutes before it starts heating up or so, or 10 minutes before it's effective. But while this is heating up, let me show you my old one. This is the old Thermacell, and you could see how much smaller this is than the Thermacell. This Thermacell uses this feel right here, and this is the problem. This is why I don't like using this Thermacell, is because this feel is not cheap. The mats are relatively cheap, but this feel is not cheap. And but basically, what it does is it uses that feel and lights a little flame that heats it up. So it's not the most it's not the most economical way to run this Thermacell, and look at the size. You know, this is way smaller. So if you run this guy, you're gonna be able to just recharge it every time you want to reuse it. You recharge it. You don't have to buy a new fuel. So that's going to be fantastic for this. So that's why I'm ready to swap out these Thermacell usages for this one. And maybe, I mean, I'll still keep this, and maybe for if I have a backyard gathering or something like that, when I have guests over that I don't want the mosquitoes to run rampant, maybe I might burn something more powerful like this. But when I'm camping and I'm in just a smaller area, I think this is going to be a lot better for me. Okay, so putting my hand over here, yeah, I can feel it. It's warming up. So it'll be nice. It just heats that up, and that should, you know, release the mosquito repellent. So I think this Flextail rechargeable is going to work great. It's going to be a lot more efficient than me burning this fuel every time I want to use it. And, you know, it's real easy to turn on and off. I don't have to check that little pilot light to see whether I was successful in burning it or not. So this is great. I'm going to use this on my camping trips. Another thing to consider when you're choosing which one to use is that I think this one's not going to be as powerful, because one, the pad of this guy, we measured, it's about twice as big as this guy. So if you use this pad cut in half and then put one on each side, that's basically going to be about the same strength of this guy. So, but the nice thing is that you could go to a lower strength by using just one pad and using lower power, or you could use two pads and lower power, whatever the case. So I think this has some more flexibility in terms of how you want to be able to do your setting. So, you know, this does work great, and it does cover a large area, but sometimes you just don't need a large area.